Okay, well, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me to this interesting conference. My name is Aldo Parodi. I am the Trade Commissioner of Peru here in Canada. So I represent From Peru. From Peru is the agency in Peru that is in charge to promote exports, tourism, and also to attract investments, something that we are going to talk about today. As you know, all countries have been affected by the COVID-19. That's a fact. This is an unprecedented impact in our health systems, our families and friends, and of course, our economies. Peru is not an exception. The pandemic has impacted us and challenged our health systems. However, the solid basis of our economy, because we have a strong foundations that were built at the early 90s, is allowing us to implement measures to attenuate the impact in people's wallet and employment and to prepare for the recovery. As you may see in the chart, Peru has a low debt ratio compared to our friends in Latin America. And that is allowing us to finance all the public expenses we need now to face the problems that COVID is causing in our health system and also in our economy, of course. But as you can see, Peru has a low debt. We still has room to get some more finance for further program if needed. So GDP, of course, has been impacted, but we are expecting the GDP will be recovered. We are expecting that the next year will be around 9%. I will be more positive if some mining projects that are now in standby started to come back. So that will help a lot, because as you will see, mining is a big portion of our economy, and of course in our future growth. Concerning GDPs for trading and services, of course, it has been already heavily impacted. We have started the recovery of our economy in the last, I will say, 2 months. But we expect next year to have a close to 15% growth in trade and 5% in services. Services is heavily affected. You know, Peru is also a touristic country. We receive 4.5 tourists per year. That is mostly zero right now. We heard the good news yesterday that Peru will start to open the skies to international travelers next October the 1st. So that's a good news. We hope we can start with all the precautions and sanitary protocols, of course, to come start traveling again and see our families and visit all the beautiful things that our world can show us. The currency really has been very stable in Peru for the last 20 years. If you see the chart, right now we have a little devaluation because of all the expenses that we are doing to minimize the impact of the COVID in our economy. But still, our currency, if you see, we are in around 3.5 soles, 3.6 soles per dollar. 20 years ago, it was the same. During the there was some period in time where we were exporting a lot of mining products. The prices were very high at that time, and also we have a revaluation of our currency, but it was a temporary. But normally we have been always between 3.2, 3.3, 3.4 soles per dollar, which is very stable. We believe that that after COVID we will start recovering those levels before COVID, 3.3, 3.4 next year. So it's very stable. As investor, I think it's very important a country where its currency is stable. And Peru, as I said before, has a strong position in Latin America. Low risk, as you see, Peru has a low country risk among our partners. Among our partners from the Pacific Alliance, we are the lowest risk. We have a very good credit rating, so we are a trustable country to borrow money from international banks. So this is a pretty good position due to that work that we have been done for mostly 30 years, consistent work to keep our macroeconomy very solid, spending what is necessary, and be very careful about our currency exchange. And thanks to that, now we have the resources to face not only the current situation, but also to prepare for the recovery. So solid macroeconomy is, of course, I would say, a basic foundation for investors. Low risks and excellent credit rating are the foundations. But we also offer other attributes for investors. Peru doesn't discriminate between Peruvians and foreign investors. We all have the same treatment, okay? So that's very important. You may transfer capital, there is free competition, also royalties, you may cover royalties. So it's very a free environment for investors with no limitation. So that's very important. You have the same rights as Peruvians in terms of investment. We also offer investors a clear legal framework. We also offer stability agreements to secure your investment in the time. So there are some, of course, requirements to fulfill, but we also offer that on top of the non-discriminatory policies that we have. This is also another attribute that our country may offer to investors. No? Finally, another attribute, there are also a possibility to recover by advance the VAT, and that's something that also will help you for the cash flow of your business when you invest in Peru. So as I said, we have then macroeconomic figures, very solid for investors. We have the same treatment as Peruvians and foreign investor. You have a legal framework that protects you and a free environment for your investments. So I think you are pretty well covered to invest in Peru. Peru also has been involved in developing free trade agreement. We have 22 trade agreements that represent around 90% of our airports in those countries. The recent one was the CPTPP, where Canada is also involved. We share with Canada that agreement and also the North American agreement. There is a double transaction agreement between Canada and Peru, something that also is important for investors. So as you see, Peru is very well located in South America. We are in the center, in the center west of South America, and from that, it's very easy to get a plane and be in Chile in Santiago 3 hours, Buenos Aires 4 hours, Sao Paulo 4 hours, Bogota less than 3 hours, Quito less than 2 hours, Miami 5 hours. That's it. And Toronto 7.5 hours. So and almost the same time. Now we are in Toronto 1 hour above Peru, but in wintertime we are at the same time. So I think it's very convenient also in terms of geographical area. In Peru, as you may know, we have an agency called ProInversión. ProInversión, in fact, is the agency in charge to promote large projects. Most of them now through the figure of the PPPs. We are also implemented BPOs through government-to-government agreement. One of them you may know was the one that was made for the Pan American Games that were held in Lima last 2019. Very successful. So from that experience, now the government is also aiming to promote this kind of agreements for large projects. But ProInversión is one agency in charge of large projects. As you see, there is a map there where you can see some of the projects that can. I imagine that you are also in contact with the authorities or your partners. We can also help in that to provide you more information, to relate with the specialists in ProInversión, depending on the sector and the field that you want to participate in those biddings. So that is one part of what you can do as investor. But the other part, and what is new for all, is that from Peru, which is the institution I work, has recently implemented the Direction of Business Investment Promotion. So ProInversión is going to promote those large projects, while PromPeru is starting to promote, or I will say, to attract FDI, foreign direct investment. So the intention of this new unit in PromPeru is make all the necessary to attract you as an investor and see Peru as a place to stay, as a place to create a subsidiary, a place to make a joint venture with a Peruvian company, a place to buy a company in Peru. And of course, from those companies that you are creating there, you may serve the local market, but you may also serve all the markets where Peru has the trade agreements that I showed you before. So, for instance, from Peru, you may produce, imagine, batteries for cars. So you may export to the Mexican industry, which is a strong industry. You can even export that to the North American market too. So that's an interesting field that we are now launching. Is very recently, I think, 3 weeks that this direction has been in place, and they will provide many opportunities for investors to see Peru as a place to invest and stay and develop industry there or services there, and also count with local people that are well prepared to help you develop your business. So Peru, as I said, has many attributes to attract your investment. You can trust our country. We have a history about that. It's not something that we say. It's all the agencies that say that we are trusted in terms of low risk. Our credit ratio are very good. We are developing developing our talent within Peru. We rank even above Mexico and Brazil for that, which is, I think, a positive thing. We are strongly developing the innovation in Peru. I am working with fintechs and startups, and also trying to make agreements and contacts with all this new development here in the Greater Toronto area about innovation. And in fact, we have a healthy economy that we expect to be recovered pretty soon because all the conditions that I already told you. So we believe that Peru has many attributes for you to see us as a country to invest, to stay, to bring your talent, to bring your capitals, your know-how. Have a Peruvian partners there to help you, partners or employees to help you develop your country, your business, not only in Peru, but also from Peru to the world. Some sectors that we believe may be in interest for you. We believe that tourism, manufacturing, agribusiness, and services are the main ones. And if we go deep in each one, you will find different opportunities. For instance, I believe agribusiness, Peru is a country that exports many fruits and vegetables. Here in Canada, if you go to the supermarkets, you will find avocados from Peru, mangoes from Peru. The season is coming. It's in end November. In December, you will find mangoes from Peru. You will find quinoa from Peru, berries from Peru. In fact, there are many fruits and vegetables and cereals that you find here. But we are interested in having those food being transformed from raw material to more value-added product. And that's something that I believe investors can see Peru as a field of opportunity. And of course, for us, that will be great because it will provide us more income from the products that we export. Also, we believe also in tourism, there are opportunities that are coming. And I would say not only in service, but also in infrastructure. I am thinking in service, for instance, Peru, for internal travel by airlines. We have the offer is not so wide, so I believe that there is an opportunity for an airline to see Peru as a way to enter and to compete in the internal market, and from then also have Peru as a hub to fly to other countries. Like I said, from Lima, you have Santiago in 3 hours, and Sao Paulo in 4 hours. So that's other companies are doing that. LATAM is doing that. Avianca was doing that. It's now changing its policy, but I believe there is a place there for a company to aim for that situation. So we have many opportunities in Peru, many sectors that you can see as an opportunity to invest, and I think I've been covered everything here. I hope that this presentation has provided you the information to at least have Peru in your mind as a country to invest. If you need more information, more precise information, this has been a general presentation. But of course, if you need more precise, detailed information, if you need some contacts in Peru, if you're a company that are looking for a partner in Peru, we can also help in that. Anything you need, our office is here in Toronto. We are in Toronto downtown, so willing to help. Thank you very much. And this is Lima, beautiful. I wait for your email. Thank you very much.